Hello. Hello, hello out there. Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, day 22. I don't even know what to do or say about myself in this moment. Happy Monday. Oh, friends, it has been. Are we really starting a new week? I feel like last week is not done. I don't understand why we keep going. We need a pause moment between weeks. Right, it's called the weekend. I know. I didn't clean my desk up from last night. I left it pretty much as it was. That felt easier. All right, friends. I still have letter U from yesterday sitting in front of me. Let's see. How are y'all doing on this Monday? This Monday. I looked at my schedule and was like, this is a packed week, huh? Tomorrow I have orientation for a new training cohort for soul collage. I'm excited about this new group. We got some great folks that are gonna in a few weeks here be soul collage facilitators. Always exciting. All right, but let me do my intro. Hello and welcome. My name is Kiala Givehand, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am doing a month of vlogging for April 2024. This is day 22. I'm using something that I have done in a variety of ways. I love working with alphabets and doing things, with alphabet. And so I am doing what I'm calling the ABCs of Me. And this is a month-long series where I'm using the alphabet to kind of keep me wrangled in a little bit. So today we are on letter U, I think. Yes, I'm pretty sure. Yesterday we did U. Today we're on letter V. V is in victory. And so that's what we're doing today. That's what we're talking about, letter V. And this one's hard. I have no idea what it's going to be. So just stay tuned. This vlogging series is one of the ways that I'm reconnecting to my community here on YouTube. I missed y'all. I haven't been posting. It feels hard to make videos, edit videos, load videos. Oh my gosh. It gets old, y'all. So I was like, what's easy? Easy? Just show up here live. That's easy to me. Feels easy. So that's what I've been doing. Now, on the flip side of that, it means there's a lot of talking. And if you don't like the talky bits, if you are just somebody who wants to come and consume people's knowledge and information without having to really engage with them, I'm not your girl. I'm not your person. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that, because I'm going to share. I'm going to talk. I remember once I did a video that was an actual tutorial. And I talked and shared as I was doing it, and it was edited, and it had moments that were sped up, and someone posted a comment that was like, if you could just shut up and teach, that would be awesome. Ooh-wee, baby. I had a field day with that one. I did. I had a field day. Let's just say that person never commented on anything else I did ever after that. First of all, you don't have to watch my videos, lady. So anyway, my point of saying that is I'm going to talk. This is a talky thing. It's a vlog. I'm talking. So, and I may or may not be showing you things. Yesterday, I unboxed this lovely Animal Guides Tarot, which is what we're going to use today to pull our card. And I made this little tape-bound journal using Tim Holtz fabric tape. And I talked a little bit about, I don't know, mostly I talked about unfinished objects and ugly art. talked a little bit about unicorns. I mean, what can you say about them other than they're magical and amazing? Um, and so there are a lot of things I didn't talk about yesterday, but I will potentially get to them today. Thanks, babe. Have a great class. um, and so this vlogging series is, again, one of my ways of sharing, showing up, being present, and yeah, sharing 51 years of living life, creativity, empowerment, and all the other things that make me who I am, my whole makeup. So with that said, I usually do a couple things here. One is I make a list of the things we're talking about today. And I'm going to tell you this one's short, y'all, because yeah, I don't know. V is a hard letter. I couldn't really think of any V things. Damon and I put our brains together. We came up with a few things. So, obvious one, vlogging. Obvious. Hi, Linda. Welcome. Yeah, ready for a new adventure this week, huh? I'm going to turn my heater on because for whatever reason, it's kind of chilly here today. Or maybe it's just the air is on in our house. I don't know, but it's kind of cold. So anyway, vlogging, vision boards. I don't remember what else was in my was in my title. I'm thinking vlogging, vision boards. Huh. Hold please. I think there's a way for me. I figured out yesterday a way for me to see it while I'm live. I think I did anyway. Let's see if that is accurate. Oh yes, it is. Look at that. Voice, as in finding yours. Oh, vibes, baby. Vibes and vibrations. Okay, I don't have a lot for the letter V. So if you are here live and you have some suggestions on some letter V things that I could talk about, I was like, ooh, if I had a Visconti fountain pen, I could totally talk about Visconti fountain pens, but I don't own a Visconti. They're kind of pricey. They did come out recently with a lower price point pen. I just haven't purchased it. And I was looking around my studio going, okay, what do I have that starts with a V? What supply, what tool? And I just don't know that I have V things. So if you're out there and you have things in your stash that start with a V that I'm just not thinking of, please do share so I can maybe talk about them if I have any sort of experience, knowledge, and know-how. Okay, so with that said, yesterday, so for the tried and trues, welcome back. Thank you for being here. For those of you new to my channel, hello, glad you're here. Not sure how we stumbled upon each other, crossed each other's paths, but I'm glad we did. I hope you'll stay for a while and get to know me and all my shenanigans. So here we go. That's a short list for today, but that's fine. It's okay to have a list that's short and yeah, all the things. Let's pull a card for today so I don't forget to do that. So I've been pulling 2 cards, sometimes 3, just depends, sometimes 1. Today I'm feeling called to do maybe a little week ahead since it's Monday. Since it's Monday, we could do a little week ahead spread. Now these cards are huge. So to help me get them shuffled, I'm going to divide them up by their suits. And if you want to see the unboxing and see me talk about this deck from the very beginning, I talked about it yesterday on the unboxing day. So I'm just going to shuffle a little bit, try to get these mixed up. Oh, I hate that I just did that. Come on, Kyla. Oh, try to keep it together. Got some going upside down. I typically don't read reversals unless it is reversed. Like I usually keep my cards all going the same direction. So if a card does show up reversed, I'm usually like, whoa, Nelly. That's a sign, because I usually keep my cards all going in the same direction. Intentionally. So big decks like this that are wide are harder for me to shuffle. So I have to do little tricks to get them shuffled better. How are y'all doing this Monday? What you got? What are you looking forward to this week in your lives? It's gonna be a tight week for me this week because I have so many other things going on. Starting with the opening of this new cohort that I'm training for Soul Collage. Super excited about that. I love that these cards are color coded. I like a good color coding. That makes me happy. Ooh, I'm doing kind of a bad job at shuffling these because they're so freaking big. Okay, I can go ahead and tell you, if you do not like cards that are kind of wide, these are wide cards. I'm very tempted to trim them and make them a little less wide. But man, it feels... Hoo-wee. All right, we're going to get them shuffled here soon. So yeah, the cohort doesn't actually, the training doesn't start this week. The orientation is this week. So if you're out there listening and you're like, you know, I really want to be a soul collage facilitator. I think I really could use this to expand my business, to help my students, clients, or just help myself. I invite you to check it out. I'll drop a link in the description for you. I do have some questions that were asked that I could answer, spend some time answering today as well. All right, y'all, we're going to hope this is shuffled enough because it is there are quite a lot of cards. 78 to be exact. It's not like there's extra cards. All right, so let's do a reading for the week ahead. It's Monday. Let's just say, let's ask some questions here. I'm going to pull one for each of the elements and kind of map it to thinking about like the week. So with that said, I'm going to do something like, just to keep it straight, keep myself straight. Let's do 4. Excuse me. Let's do B. That'll be kind of our earth energy. Let's do think. That'll be our air energy. Let's have a do. That'll be our fire. And let's do a feel. That'll be our water. So we'll pull a card for what do we need to be, what do we need to think, what do we need to feel, and what do we need to do. All right, this will be our action for the week. This will be how we check in with ourselves in terms of how we're feeling. This will be what we bring our awareness to around our thoughts and our intellectual pursuits and the way we use our words, our voice. And then this will be just about the body, grounding, our resources, our health. Okay? So let's do it for the week ahead. For the week ahead. Come on. I think just because I could shuffle all day, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do one last big shuffle. Ooh-wee, this is a lot of cards, Kyla. And then I'm going to think, feel, and do. Ooh, my goodness, that's a lot of cards, y'all. I mean, I keep saying there are a lot of cards as if they're more cards than usual. It's not more cards than usual. They're just so big. All right. So let's start with being. 7 of water. Look at those cute kitties. Maine Coon kitten. It's time to stop procrastinating and make a decision so that you can move forward with a priority. If you need to do more research, then do so. But don't overthink the situation. Listen to your heart. So we're going to go with listening to our heart. And I love that we got a water card because it brings in our feeling energy, our emotions, and our relationships, family, love, matters of the heart. So stop procrastinating. Make a decision. Be decisive. That's what we're going to go with. Be decisive. In fact, here's my little. All right. So let's keep track of this. Be decisive. In our thinking category here, 4 of earth. We've got a squirrel. Oh, he's cute. Oh, it's 2 of them. 4 of earth. I need my glasses, y'all. These words. Let's try that. There we go. Be cautious. Be cautious about living a life of extremes or seeing things in black and white terms. Consider, for example, whether you are spending too much versus hoarding your wealth or giving too much emotionally versus building walls that keep people out. Ooh, I feel called out on one of those. Okay, so for Earth, for our thinking category, we've got an earth energy here, which is all about health, earthly concerns, resources, finances, your job, your career. Earth is that. And so thinking, bringing our mind to living cautiously, especially when it comes to extremes. I see this little squirrel hoarding up. I mean, that's what squirrels do. They kind of hoard up all their things for the winter and get themselves ready. I see that kind of as a good thing. So it's interesting to have that showing up here. But also the number 4 is about foundation, stability, reliability, hard work. So I would say thinking, let's spend some time thinking this week. Maybe thinking about our relationship to our resources. That'll be interesting. All right, feel. Oh, the Fool card, the dreamer. The shepherd puppy. You are starting a new adventure. Run free and take a leap of faith. Linda, look at that. You said you were ready for a new adventure, and here it is. In the feel category. So feeling like a beginner. That's actually not a bad thing. So let's say feel free and adventurous. I don't know if I spelled that right, but y'all know the word. Feeling free and adventurous this week. See how you can bring some of that into your week. Feeling free and feeling adventurous. And then in our do category, here's an action we can take. 6 of air. We've got the rescue cat. It's a mixed breed. The challenging times are coming to an end. Ooh, let's receive that, y'all. I'm going to say it twice. Make it nice. The challenging times are coming to an end. And you can now breathe a sigh of relief. Let the past go and embrace the happier times ahead. I'm here for it, people. Air is all about our mental energy. And so I feel like the action this week, think less. Oh, I love it. Let's go with, let's see, we've got the challenging times are coming to an end. Let go of the past. So yesterday I talked about this full moon in Scorpio that's upon us, and talked about how it really does lend itself to us letting go. If there's something you want to let go of, one of the ways you can do that is by just deciding to release stuff, right? Let stuff go. So this thing says let go of the past. So why don't we do that as our so our do will be let go of past. It says challenging times, past challenging challenges, and breathe. I like it. All right, so here's our week ahead. Be decisive. Spend some time thinking about our relationship to our resources. Resources can be time, money, energy, supplies, things, material possessions. Bring in a feeling of freedom and adventure. Do something different this week, something you've not done before. Be adventurous. Let go of past challenges and breathe. I think I love that as our little week ahead. And let's go ahead and pull. I'm going to grab the deck and pull the bottom card, what we might not be seeing. The Knight of Fire, Dolphin. And the words up here are passionate, charismatic, confident, and restless. An opportunity arises that needs your attention right away. Moving quickly is important, yet there's nothing you can't handle if you follow your inner guidance. So the thing to be aware of this week, I pulled this from the bottom of the card, so that often can symbolize what we're not seeing, what we need to be aware of. And so pay attention for these opportunities that show up that need your attention right away. Don't put them off, deal with them, move quickly. We'll trust that as so I'm going to say our guidance is be on the lookout for opportunity. Okay, and that could translate into a lot of things, y'all. I mean, first of all, it might be creative because we've got Knight of Fire, right? So that could very well be that. It could come in the form of a person showing up, someone that is passionate, charismatic, confident, restless, somebody who carries that energy, because we're looking at a court card here. So court cards often symbolize people or a persona or part of ourselves that we need to tap into. So I feel like this is a really great reading. The only thing I want to go back to is the Dreamer and the 7. I didn't talk about 7s. So 7s are spirituality energy too, right? And that's a good thing to remember. Also can be about, I always think when I see 7s, I always go to the Chariot energy to kind of look back at that. So paying attention to the actions we're taking, or whether or not we're taking any action. This came in the be position, so maybe just being, right? And then the dreamer maps to the fool, but I didn't highlight the word dreamer, and I think that's important. Um, what have you been dreaming about? What adventure have you been dreaming about? What have you been dreaming about in terms of like wanting to be more free, feel more free? So let's not leave out the word dreamer. That's important in that. All right. And then I'm just going to say, because we're working with animals, be on the lookout this week for these animals. If you see any kittens, we got 2 kittens showing up here, right? Two different cat energies showing up. We've got a dog energy, we've got a squirrel, and we've got dolphin. So I would say just pay attention to whether or not these show up. Now, not literally a dolphin coming to knock on your door, but maybe somebody comes into your world on a day and they're wearing a shirt with a dolphin on it, or they've got a dolphin tattoo, or maybe they got on dolphin earrings, right? So it could be that. It could also be you're watching something on TV and dolphins are featured in it, right? Like, don't look for the thing to be literal all the time. Sometimes things show up in other ways. Okay, so that's a pretty darn good reading, I think, for the week. I like it. All right, keep all my little bits together here. Move my cards from yesterday and put these in their place. All right. How are y'all out there? What are we going to do today? For those of you just joining, I don't have a lot on my list today. I've got vlogging, vision boards, voice, finding your voice, and vibes. Excuse me. I'll put the rest of these cards back into their box so I can make some space on my desk. I think while I talk a little bit about some of these things, I think what I also want to do, so yesterday I made this little book on air. If you missed it, go back and watch it, please. But I was thinking about trying to do my throat, goodness, trying to do some sort of little closure for it. And so I was thinking maybe just something simple. Just something that kind of wrapped, not this whole piece. Like I would probably cut it right about there. But I'm thinking about, I mean, I could just do Velcro. That feels easy. Nice little Velcro strap. Any suggestions out there on a closure using cork? I thought about doing a belly band. This isn't long enough. I could just get another piece and have like a little belly band that slides up and down over it. But that felt not quite right. Something feels good about just having a piece that kind of closes from the back to the front. I just don't know how I would other than having a little button there. I don't really like the idea of a button. Could do a little magnet situation, or I could do, I'm thinking I'll just stitch this one on the back. So just put that on, do like a little X to stitch it on. Doesn't need to be stitched perfectly, or maybe just stitch around the tack on the 4 corners of it. And then bring it around to the front. But I need some sort of way, because, you know, I don't want this. Ooh, I don't have one of those little things people use to make snaps. At least I don't think I do. Do I? Y'all, I have so many things. I very well may have one. Let's look in the stash of things over here and see what I have. No, I don't think I do. But I could do, I mean, we could get really jiggy here. All right, let's try something crazy. What about a double slit closure? Oh, yeah. I could do that. 2 slits here and it slides through. That's not a bad idea, Linda. I like that. I would probably have to do one about here and here. All right, let's try. I like the double slit. That's actually a really good one. And I have my little slit puncher here. Always a good thing to think about. Let's see how far in can I get this thing? That's always my, goes there for the first one. But I'm going to need it to be wider than this slit anyway, so maybe I'm not going to use that. Oh, the thinking. All the thinking. Yeah, okay, I'm going to come back to it because my brain is going, yeah, you could do this, you could do that, you could do this. So I'm going to just hold on that for now. I'm thinking about, you know, I think I know exactly what I want to do today. I need something that's kind of slow and doesn't require a lot of thinking, and I can just talk while I do it. That, to me, always says swatching. So we'll do a little unboxing and a swatching. A boxing and a swatching. Unboxing and swatching. This is the 2023. Let's look at when I got this. Hold on. What was the date on this? Y'all will get a kick out of this. See if I can get it in the camera. I don't know if I can. I don't think I can. Oh, yeah, there it is. You received this package on 12/26/2023. What's today again? And it's oh, baby, baby. This is from Pen Chalet. I realized I was upside down. I mean, opening it from the back there. This is from Pen Chalet. And it should be my Diamine 2023 ink vent calendar. Yeah, you're supposed to open it during like the Christmas season. I got it after Christmas, so oh, a couple other goodies in there. What are these? Oh, I got the little another nib holder. Super exciting. Because who doesn't need another nib holder? All right, let's bring this up. So I might as well swatch these. So for those of you who were not watching on Fountain Pen Day, I talked about these ink vent calendars. This will probably be my third or fourth one. You can always buy them late. In fact, I imagine you can go. I don't know that Pen Chalet will have any more, but I think you probably could check some of the other stores. So some of the ones I really like, Pen Chalet, Venice pens, Goulet pens. In fact, one year I bought mine late, like the year after from Goulet. So they may have some extras. Hi, Angelisa. I won't tell your job. Don't worry. Angelisa says, I don't know how you don't open packages immediately. It's like Christmas or my birthday every time I get a package. Yeah. I don't know. I can't explain it. I cannot explain it. I think I get it in my head that I'm going to set up my space and I'm going to do a big unboxing. I'm going to film it. And the honest truth is that never happens. So I'm trying to get better at just opening things when they come because I'm never going to, I just don't. I say I'm going to do these unboxings and I don't. So I'm going to give y'all a quick reminder. You can go back and watch the Fountain Pen Day, letter F. But Diamine is an ink company. And they do this, they had this brilliant idea one year to do the ink vent calendar. and it was a big hit, so they keep doing it. So it's like Advent, but for ink lovers, fountain pen folks. So you're supposed to go by the numbers 1, 2, 3, and you open one a day and you get your little ink or whatever. And so people have been doing this thing where we're swatching our inks and sharing, blah blah blah. My life isn't really built like that, y'all. It's just not. So here's my version of that. Let's open them. Number 1. Now I do still like to open them in the order that I get them. And I put a little number on it, so I remember. This one is called, ooh, glasses, please. Fortune's Gold. Ooh, look at that. You can see the gold in that. Ooh, that's going to be nice. Now, I love that they do this thing where they tell you, like, it's chameleon. So it means it's a color shifting. And I love that about it. All right, so I'm just going to open these. I'm going to take them out in order. You need tiny hands, I think, to get these little things out of here. Number 2, Cashmere Rose. It's a standard ink. Whenever it's a standard ink, it's just basic ink. There's no shimmer, there's no sheen, shine, whatever. So that's number 2. And I'm just using a China marker, a white China marker. Number 3 is down here. Early Dusk. That's a standard ink. Looks like a blue. I am going to swatch these, but I want to get them out first so I don't have to keep going back and forth. Number 4 is down here. This one is Masquerade, and it's a shimmer. Ooh, nice. Yum. That's going to be yummy. That's number 4. 5. Now, some of these are just for the Inkvent calendar. You can't like go to their website and buy them. But from what I understand, every year they keep 1 or 2 of these in rotation. Oh, here's another chameleon. Oh, I think I'm gonna like that. Look at that shimmer. Nice. Nightfall. This is number 5. And I love the names too. I pay attention to the names. I like the naming. I'm like, yeah, good naming. And sometimes I'm like, that name does not match that ink. This is Bucks Fizz. Bucks Fizz? That's a weird name. Anybody else think that's a weird name? Chameleon. This is another shimmering chameleon ink. I don't know about Bucks Fizz. Maybe my mind went to a dirty place. I don't know, but that doesn't feel like a good name for a. Am I reading that right? I am. Okay, that's number 6. Moving it along. I think this is a 7 in the shape of a candy cane, but let me put my finger on this and make sure. 15, 8, 11. Yeah, I think that's supposed to be a 7. Bucks Fizz. I can't get that out of my head. Okay, Sweet Dreams is a scented ink. Okay, I don't see what that smells like. Is a scented ink. Okay, who's thinking right now? Scratch and sniff from when we were kids. You know the little stickers your teacher would give you. Scratches. Smells like watermelon or green apple. There are scented inks. There are. I have one that's pumpkin spice that just smells so good. This is Jacaranda. It's a standard ink. I don't get as excited by the standard inks all the time. But we need standard inks too. Everything can't be shimmery, chameleon, shiny, sparkly. Here's number 9. Ooh, they got me on the name already. Moonbeam. This is a chameleon. I'll shake it a little bit, see if we can get that shimmer to move. That's going to be nice. Moonbeam. Number 10. Where are you? Oh, hiding down here. See, here's like number 7, but it's a candy cane. Number 10, but it's like cookies in the snow, right? It's kind of they're a little difficult to see. Number 10 is called Velvet Emerald. I like it. It's a standard ink. Looks like a teal color. Number 10. 11. 11 is Glacier. Ooh, now this is a term I haven't heard before. Star-Bright. I don't know what that means. I mean, I see that shimmer in there. I've never heard of an ink being called, like the category of ink, Star-Bright. Curious. I'm going to have to look that up. That's called Glacier. That's number 11. Star-Bright. All right, I'm curious. I need to look on the back here. They don't say anything about this Star-Bright. I need to know more. I'll have to look it up. All right, number 12. Bah humbug. Because, you know, every Christmas needs a bah humbug. These are for fountain and or glass pens. Yes, you can use them for either. Bah humbug. This is a chameleon. Ooh, wee, look at that red. Yes, baby. I love it. I'm here for the red shimmers. Bah humbug. 12. 13. Weeping Willow. Standard ink. Looks like maybe like a bronzy brown. I don't know. We'll see. That's 13. 14. I think that's 14. The little trees there. Rainbow's End. Chameleon ink. Ooh. It's like a purple pink shift. I can see it. Nice. It's called Rainbow's End. That's 14. Oh, yeah, my hand. Ouch. 15. Excuse me, y'all. Ooh, walnut. Somebody mentioned walnut ink the other day. So here's walnut, a standard brown looking color. That's number 15. We'll see how closely it matches to walnut ink. Here's 16. Merry and Bright, a shimmer. Nice. Greenish kind of shimmer. That's 16. 17 is up here. So you get the point, right? Like if I were doing this the way I was, you know, it's meant to kind of be done is every day I get an ink out. Maybe I'll do it right this year. Maybe I'll do it in December on time, one a day. I'm almost laughing at that. Maybe I will. This is another shimmer. Lots of shimmers this year. Lavender Frost. I wonder if they got some sort of request from people. More shimmer. There's a lot of shimmers this year. This one, number 18, is called Blizzard. And it's a shimmer. Like, seriously, how many blue shimmers? Oh, see, yeah, they're different. For a moment there, I thought these were basically the same color, but they're not. 17, this is 18. It's called Blizzard. $19. Cinnabon. Ooh, this one's scented. Ooh, I can't wait to smell that. Cinnabon. 20. Oh, they got me on the name. Astral, as in astral projection. Chameleon ink. Looks like maybe a gold fade to blackish kind of energy. We'll see. That's number 20. 5 more to go, y'all. 21. Tranquility. I like that name. It's a chameleon. This is the first year they've had this many shimmer chameleon Yeah, usually there's a few shimmer, a few chameleon, mostly standard, one scented. So they up their game this year. I like it. Well, that's not quite a 21. Let's try that again. 21. 22. Tinsel. I feel like tinsel was one from last year. Shimmer. Nice red shimmer. I'm going to have to double check that. I feel like tinsel might be a repeat. I'm not mad. I like a repeat. If we like it, we like it. 23 is down here at the bottom. Fireside Snug. Aw, what a good name. That's a standard. Looks like a red. I like the name. Fireside Snug. 24. Sugar Snap. Shimmer. I'm telling you, there has never been this many shimmers in the Inkvent calendar. I'm shocked at how many shimmers, but I'm also happy because I like shimmering inks. And then 25 is always a bigger bottle. 25 is usually a big bottle. So that's all of them. Raise a Glass is this one. Raise a Glass. And it looks like a shimmer, even though it doesn't have it labeled. It looks like I can see some shimmer or shine or sheen or something in there. Nice. All right, so that's 25. That's 25, y'all. Fun times ahead. Okay, so how am I doing on time? All right, not quite at an hour yet, so I'm good. All right, next up, I'm going to take my time opening them. How did I do this last year? I had a little system. I'm going to bring these here and open them as we go. All right, so while I'm opening, just getting the plastic off of these. I might not need scissors, actually. Yeah, no, they didn't make it easy. Yep, not that. All right, let me find my tools and then I can talk. But I want to make sure I have my... I have to get a little system going here. Okay, so let's start by talking a little bit about vibes. I think vibes is a great place to start because I'm not one of those good vibes only people. Like, that doesn't seem feasible to me, knowing how real life works. So I'm more of a bring the vibes you got, come hang out, and let's raise our vibration if we need to. Sometimes people come and they already have, you know, they're in your energy and they come with a positive vibe, right? I like to think that I'm always high vibing, and I can honestly say for the most part, I think I usually am. But I have days. I mean, you all have been with, those of you who've been with me for 22 days here, you could go back to probably 1 or 2 of these days and be like, oh, Kyla's energy was, whew, was she struggling with something that day? Because the bottom line is I'm human. We all are. And in our humanness, hold on. Okay, I need a place to put these little things. All right, in our humanness, sometimes we have good days, sometimes we have sucky days. And I think we have to allow that for ourselves and for others. But a lot of the work that I do, not a lot, I mean, pretty much all the work that I do in the world is about helping people not just always be happy, happy, joy, joy. I mean, I would love that for folks. But I also understand how the world is set up, right? It's not necessarily set up for us to always to be happy, happy, joy, joy. And so my work is about helping people understand how to notice where they are energetically and how to shift it when they need and want to shift it. Right? Also, to pay attention to who shifts your energy. Like when you're with certain people, if they make you feel less good vibey, then I don't know. Evaluate how much you want to be around that person, how much you want to be in their energy. But energy is a real thing. So I think it doesn't get enough credit, or it gets a rap that's like, oh, if you're talking about energy, then you're so woo-woo. You know, oh, you're too woo-woo if you're talking about energy. Well, I'm sorry, but energy is a real thing. And if you're hanging out with me, I'm going to talk about it. When I see your energy shifting, when your energy is trying to hijack my energy, we're going to talk about it. We're going to do something. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to do something about it. Because I do believe that even in the moments, we're complex beings, right? We can hold multiple things. We can hold grief and joy at the same time. We can hold anger and love at the same time, right? Come on. Any parent out here who had, like, you can't tell me that you can't love a little person and also be extremely angry with them when they do something that they're not supposed to do, right? That's real. And that extends beyond, relationship with children, right? There are adults who can, who you can love and be angry with at the same time. Like that. We are complex humans. We can hold multiple things at once, right? We can hold multiple feelings, emotions, all the things. And so I feel like our job, if we want to be good humans, is to notice energy, to pay attention to not just our energy and not just the good energy, but to notice also when someone is draining your energy. When someone, every time you're around them, you leave exhausted, you leave feeling bruised and battered. Even if they haven't, laid a finger on you, energetically, they have, done a number on you. And so the vibes matter. The vibes of a person definitely matter. And because I've been doing this work for so long, and I do my own personal work around energy and learning how to manage my own energy and learning how to help other people with theirs, but mostly it starts with me, right? Understanding my own energy. It's one of the first things I look at when I read a person's chart, is I look energetically, like what's their dominant sort of primary energetic way of moving through the world based on their astrology, right? That can tell me a lot about a person right out of the gate. Just that. I don't even have to know sun sign, moon sign, any of that. I can just look at where energy is concentrated in their chart, and that will tell me a whole heap. A whole heap about who they are and how they navigate the world in some ways, energetically navigate the world. I feel like I'm not doing this in the best way. I feel like I'm missing the mark somewhere. Just kind of want to get under that lip right there. Ooh, without stabbing myself. Oh my gosh. Be careful. Be careful. So I think if we're all being really honest and we all get to a place where we get quiet enough to listen, that's why silence is a big part of the framework Damon and I teach, is because you have to learn, you have to give yourself quiet time, because that's how you get to know your own energy, so that when you enter into a space with others and you feel a shift in your energy, you can determine whether or not it's yours or theirs, right? Did your energy shift, or did someone in the room, when combined with your energy, shift things, right? Like, we're just chemistry, y'all. We're just, that's why when people say, oh, they're like oil and water, I'm like, that's an interesting concept, right? because we're describing the energy between the chemistry between the two people, right? Energy is like that. When I'm like, oh, this person got a lot of fire, or I'm like, oh, all this air. This person's got so much air, right? Or I go, oh, okay, you get me and this person in the room, it's gonna be muddy because I'm a lot of earth and they're a lot of water. Things might get muddy, you know. So that when I talk about vibing, I'm talking about that. I'm talking about bring your energy, bring the energy you got. I don't need you to always be good vibes only around me, but I need you to be hyper aware of your the energetic exchange. I need you to be aware enough of your energy that you're willing to own up to the fact that sometimes if you're in a bad mood, you're bringing down the whole room, especially if you have a really dominant energy, you know. So that's what when I say vibing, that's what I'm talking about. I'm saying really get to understand your energy. First, it's about being intimately having an intimate and deep understanding of your own energy so that you can know how to navigate spaces when your energy is dominating or when your energy is not the dominant energy, right? Being able to notice, not judge. You don't always have to change anything either, because sometimes you might be the person who enters into a volatile energy situation and brings everybody to calm, brings everybody's energy to a space of groundedness and calm. And that's powerful. That's a powerful energy to harness, to wield, to have. When I meet people who I think do that, I always say, use that power for good, baby. Use that power for good. And sometimes we need the people in our lives who shake things up, who, when their energy comes in the room, everybody gets excited and riled up and they're like, okay, let's get some stuff going. Let's get moving. Right? If everybody was just like super calm, super chill, will we ever get anything done? Ever? Like, we got to have the people who are like, come on, fire, 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 get it going. Get that fire energy. And we need people who are like, water, 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 put that fire out. Too much fire. And we need the people who are like, okay, let's get grounded here. Let's bring this back to the real. So we got to have all of it. We need it takes all kinds, y'all. And then we need those people who kind of come with an energy that's like pretty balanced around all elements. Now, I'm speaking elementally here. There are other ways we could talk about energy. We could talk about it from the perspective of the Hindu chakra system, energy centers, right? We could talk about it based on the traditional 5 elements in Chinese cosmology, right? Like, there's lots of ways we could enter into a conversation. I just happen to be talking elementally through the lens of astrology right now. But on letter day H, I talked a little bit about the human design system. And in that system, you could look at energy several ways. And so, yeah, it just depends. It's like getting that language of energy, I think, is also super important. So, yeah, there's that. So that's what I got to say about vibing. Oh, one more thing I want to say about vibing, because when it comes to energy, paying attention to where your energy is leaking and where your energy gets recharged and refilled. That's also super important. Noticing, right? Yeah, we like to talk about introvert, extrovert, and I think that's just the step. That's the beginning. That's the entering into the doorway of the conversation. To me, that's you can't stop there by just going, oh, I'm very introverted. That's great to know and feel. However, what's also important to know and feel Oh, I just had a thought. Interesting. Huh. I'll have to come back to that. Let me make myself a little note. That is something I'm going to have to sit with on my own. Why do I have this pen that does not write? I should have thrown that away yesterday. Okay, that's something I'm going to have to do some journaling around. Okay, so yes, that conversation of introvert, extrovert is great, but to me that scratches the surface. That's not really the end all be all of the conversation. That's a starting place, right? That's that moment where the conversation just begins. If a person says to me, yeah, I'm an introvert, I go, oh, really? Interesting. Thank you for letting me know how you think you recharge yourself. Because that's basically what it is. It's about how do you refuel your energy? Is it by being with people or is it by being by yourself, right? And that's where that whole concept comes from. But of course, like humans tend to do, we took that, we brought it into education and we gave it its own thing. We brought it into the corporate setting and we gave it its own thing. We brought it into the healthcare system and we defined it and redefined it. And then now people are just throwing the word around and half the time don't know what they mean. They have no clue. And so to me, when we're talking about energetic work, energy healing, working with your own energy signatures, you have to be able to go way beyond that whole introvert extrovert. It's actually one of the reasons that I call myself an ambivert. I don't want that to fade on me. Is because I actually understand that it's way bigger than just introvert extrovert. Most of us are ambiverts, if I'm being honest. And I know some of y'all out there will die on that hill of I'm an introvert, right? Because you're now wearing it as some sort of badge of honor. But are you living it? Because, like, what's the point in labeling yourself something if you're not going to use it to help you be a better version of yourself, right? I'm all for the introverts, like, don't get me wrong, but I think a lot of people mislabel themselves as introverts, not understanding that there's like 3 other layers deeper into that conversation than just, oh, I'm an introvert, I'm an extrovert. Because the truth is, it's contextual. It depends on the context, right? We all have people in our lives who, when we're around them, we get charged up, we get fueled by them. We love being in their energy and they light us up. And then there are people who just suck us dry. And that's true for all of us. And so by that equation, we're all ambiverts. We really are. You're both. It just depends on the context, right? And I like to say I'm an ambivert who was raised by someone who's dominantly air energy extrovert. So some of my extroverted nature is actually learned behavior. It's not natural. It's learned, right? And that's a whole other conversation. But that's a real thing. So let's pull out the old journal. I'm going to venture to say I'm not going to get through all of these today or in this sitting because I am going to have to wrap up shortly. I think I can go another 30 minutes or so, so we'll see. But this is my little ink journal that I shared with y'all recently. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm digging this in every way. All right, so let me get a little setup going here. Gonna need a couple of paper towels. I need my pen to write the names. And I have some Q-tips here, but I can already tell I don't have enough. But we'll go through what I have and I'll get more. Excuse me. So yeah, energy work I think is really important. All right, so I did, just looking at how I did it. I did a little swatch. I wonder if I used a brush. I can't remember if I used a brush. I'm pretty sure I used a Q-tip because that just seems logical. Yeah, because I got the 3 dots there. Yeah, okay. So that's what I'm going to try to, I like to try to keep it the same if I can. Finding your voice as an artist, I think also I'll keep it. Oh, let's use one of the new Tombow markers. Let's find a good color. Why are all the pastel ones coming out? All right, we'll use this one. Awesome. So one of the things that I think is connected to finding your voice is understanding your energy. Like understand how your energy flows, and that will give you lots of information about voice, right? About your voice. Make sure I got that. Okay. All right, now I'm set up, I think. All right, this one is Fortune's Gold Chameleon ink. Let's see what we got here. I almost want to, so I usually do a little thing where I dip into it and swatch it on, do 3 dots. Oh, I love how shimmery it is. It's actually not bad. I didn't leave myself enough space, but I usually then, ooh, I don't have this ready. I usually then come in with a little bit of water and kind of smear that out to see what it does if it gets wet. I have to do a better job next time of putting that properly. But I like it. It's shimmery. Can y'all see that shimmer? It looks wet, but it's not. It's shimmer. Nice. Now this one says it's chameleon, but I don't actually, I feel like it's more shimmer than chameleon. I don't see it doing any kind of color shift. Okay. This one's standard. So I feel like your energy, if you understand how your energy moves and flows, it actually can help you also get really intimate with your voice as a creator, as an artist. It really can help you, right? Because what I mean by that is, for instance, I know that energetically, I carry a lot of earth energy in me. The kind of energy that's very grounding, the kind of energy that is very like physical, energy. The things that light me up and I get excited talking about are things that have to do with health, wealth, and purpose. Like that's a very grounded kind of energy, right? And so knowing that also helps me know, okay, I waited too long. I gotta do better. I gotta do better, move faster so my colors can bleed out. Okay, I gotta do that faster. Let me get my rhythm. Let me get my rhythm going. See if I can do it and talk at the same time. So knowing that about myself energetically, that's kind of a big energy I carry. Um, I It also informs my color palette a lot. Like I really appreciate and enjoy um, earth tones, earthy colors. Right now, I can do a lot to like convince myself otherwise and go, oh, I'm just gonna do more colors and bold neon, whatever. But the honest truth is, I don't actually like that. It doesn't resonate with me. What resonates with me is more earthy energies, right? So lean into that. Just lean into what is true, real, and right for you. I'm going to move this so that I can go. So you all can see more. I want you to see what I'm doing. So knowing that can give me a lot, right? And it also can help direct and guide kind of how yeah, that's nice. I don't even really like blue ink, y'all. I don't even know why. Like sometimes I get irritated because I feel like there's always blue ink. Blue ink is always the thing. So much blue ink. But the truth is, blue ink ain't all that bad. It's not all that bad, y'all. So knowing my own energy, my energetic signature can lead to a lot of things. Like I know I love, because my sun sign and my moon sign are both ruled by Saturn. I also very much like things that are structured in order. I mean, come on, look at what I'm doing here. I'm inking, I'm swatching in a very like orderly fashion. I've got everything lined up orderly over here like this. I thrive in order. I don't thrive in chaos. I can function in chaos because I've learned, it's a learned behavior, right? Growing up in a very, most of the time, chaotic family. I love my people. Don't get me wrong now. Don't get me wrong. I love my people. But I grew up in a lot of turmoil, disorder, chaos, often, all the time. There was always some chaos, drama, something going on in my childhood, right? And so I learned, it's a learned behavior that I can function in that. It's not necessarily natural for me, but I can function in that. But my natural way of moving through the world is very grounded energy, right? It's not airy energy, which is more of that sort of chaos, conflict, communication stuff. So knowing that and how that translates into my art is I tend to like things that are very like straight lines, almost like Art Deco-y, geometric, sacred geometry, things that have order to them, that are very, orderly, because energetically that speaks to all my things, right? And so that's why I like to line things up on my mat and try to get things straight, and right, because that speaks to who I am energetically, and it translates over into my art. So a big part of figuring out your voice and who you are, ooh, that's nice, is to learn your energy, right? To learn, appreciate, respect your energy. I'm loving it. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh gosh, I love that too much. I'm gonna hold that one up for y'all to see it. Give me a second. That's nice. That's number 5. And it is called Nightfall. And baby, it's yummy. That's nice. That's nice. We're gonna put a little heart next to that because that one's yummy. All right, let's look. Let's let you have a look at it. Look at that shimmer. It's like the night sky. Come on. You see that? Oh, wee. I like it. I mean, I like that masquerade. It's kind of like a rose gold color right above it. But this nightfall is giving me everything. Look at the sparkle in that. Sorry, my camera's being kind of weird. Let me bring it down, let it focus. Focus. Hocus pocus. All right, but I think y'all got the gist. Look at that shimmer. Whew, that's a good one. That's a good one. So finding your voice, a good starting place is understanding your energy. Also, when I use human design with my art clients, my creative clients, not just art, I'm usually trying to, I usually will look at their head center, because if you've got an open head center, I also look at like where you get your inspiration from, because that says a lot to me about your voice as well. Like, are you trying to, do you have the ability to source your own inspiration, which we all do. Let's be clear, we all do. But do you primarily source inspiration externally? Are you primarily trying to answer questions? Okay. This is never going to be not funny to me. Bucks Fizz. Come on, that's just weird to me. If anybody knows and understands why this would be called Bucks Fizz, please tell me. Is there a drink? Like, I don't know. I just don't know. And now this Diamine is a company that is not in the US. They are London based, I think. So maybe Bucks Fizz is some kind of drink from I don't know, but somebody needs to help me because my brain is just like, what? Okay. If you say so. So human design can help you kind of understand how inspiration, what your relationship is to inspiration and being inspired, right? Like it can give you some good info on that, some good insights on that. That's a bright pink, and oh, I was gonna say, and it smells. It is one of the scented ones, I think. Let's see. Yep, it is. Sweet Dreams. Let me see what that smells like. Bubblegum almost. Yeah, it's kind of got a bubblegummy smell, but it's pretty pungent. I can smell it. Yeah. Just in that moment, I'm like, oh yeah, it smells. It's not offensive, but it's definitely scented. It's definitely scented. Okay, so finding your voice. Also, yesterday I talked about, I think it was yesterday. Don't quote me. It might have been 3 days ago. I don't know. I'm talking every day to y'all. But I talked about this podcast that I listened to. I think it was Lisa Congdon. I didn't go back and double check that because this was years ago. I'd probably be hard pressed to even find it at this point. Or maybe, was it years ago? No, it might have been more recent. Anyway, my point is, yesterday I mentioned this whole idea of how many hours to put in or how many different versions of something to do. Not hours, but versions. She's talking about like, you know, do it 500 times and then tell me which one is your favorite, right? So that's another way you find your voice, is you repeat things, do something over and over again. You'll start to see, like, one of the things I know I love is making circles and little dots like you see me doing here. And I have certain things that I like to draw over and over again in my, like, doodle in my notebook. And you can go back to like middle school and high school and see those same things in my notebooks back then, right? I didn't just wake up yesterday and start doing it because I saw 10 other people doing it, right? Oh, that's interesting. This is the moonbeam, and it is not, I thought it was going to be a little more shimmery, but it's, I mean, it is shimmery. Oh, shucks, Kyla. Hold on. Get my 3 dots here. It's different than what I expected it to be based on the name. Not what I thought. It says it's a chameleon. This is moonbeam. I'm gonna hold that one up and let y'all see if y'all can see it, because it is chameleon in that it's like a dark gray, but it's got little flecks in it of like green, pink, like it's got a bunch of flecks in it that are different colors. So let's see if it'll show on the camera. Not so much. I mean, you can see that it's shimmering, but you can't catch the light the same way I'm catching the light here with like the pinks and the, maybe there, maybe a little bit. Not what I was expecting. Tad bit disappointed. I wanted the word moonbeam to have a different name. I almost feel like these should switch. This should be nightfall and that should be moonbeam. Personal opinion. I'm not, I don't work for Diamond. They're going to do what they do. That's just my personal thoughts on the matter. So those of you out there who are still kind of like trying to find your way, I think there are definitely ways to do it. But here's what's most important to keep in mind, is that you can't cheat time. It takes the time it takes. And this brings me actually to one of the questions that I got this past week about being, starting a business and running a business. I've gotten a lot of questions from y'all about the business aspect of things, and I will try to answer them on the days that are coming up. That will be our extra days with no alphabets. But I want to go ahead and respond to this one now. I don't have the question in front of me, but it was basically along the lines of, how do you do it faster? Like, how do you, get your numbers up faster, get more people following you? And I am by no means an expert, and I don't have, but here's what I will say. First of all, everybody started at 0. And if they didn't, it's because they bought followers. Everybody starts at 0, unless they somehow go out and buy followers, or they are somehow a celebrity, right? Like, that is the other thing, right? If you already come in with a whole following of people from somewhere else, then, right, you're going to have a different experience. But for general purposes, most people, y'all, are starting from 0 when you start out, right? When you start your YouTube channel, you're starting from 0. And that's okay. Be where you are. Be where you are. This is nice. I like this color a lot. I think people so much want to have like instant fame, instant success, instant following. And I just think that's dangerous. That's a dangerous way to move through the world, because then you're willing to do or say anything to get that. Like, I literally watch, and this is not, if you feel called out by this, please do your own shadow work. I'm not naming any names. I'm not looking at anybody in particular. This is something that I see it's my job to see. Okay, this is the work I do in the world. It's my job to see it so I can name it for my clients, and I can help them be the best version of themselves. So one of the things I see often in mixed media for sure is people who are starting out in business, and or not, let's not even go to people who are starting out, because I think there's a certain mindset when you're starting out. But I see people who are further along in their business entrepreneurial journey, who are sharing online, who are showing up, who are doing all the things, right? And then they hit a plateau. We all do. That's a real part. I love this color. Holy shamoly. Huh. I love this color. Oh, wow. Like, hold up. I got to pause on this one. I think this is the Bah Humbug. It is. I'm loving some Bah Humbug. Am I numbering these right? Yep, 12. Okay. Let's go ahead and put a heart next to that. I'm digging that. Whoa. Let's see if I can show it, if y'all can see it. It's got some beauty. Let's see. It says it's a chameleon, and I see it in this one more than I saw it in the others. Oh man, maybe I gotta wait for it to dry for y'all to be able to see it better. Can you kind of see that shimmer peeking in there? Holy smokes, I wish y'all could see how yummy it is. Okay, wait. I think we kind of got it there just a bit. You can kind of see that shimmer, but it's a deep burgundy wine red kind of color with some whoa pop pizzazz. I don't know, that's how I'm describing it. That's a technical term. So good. Wow, I don't even know where I was going with that. Okay, so I see people who've been doing this for a while. They're not new to the game. They're not newbies. They've been at it for a while. They hit a plateau, right? We all do. We all do. And I'm saying we all do, because I hit a plateau as well. I've hit many plateaus. I've been at this for a while, y'all. I'm definitely not new to the game. Okay. And I've been doing this for a while. And so I've hit a plateau or two as well. I'm going to see if I can get a little more of that too, because I can see some green peeking through, like green wanting to kind of stream out of that. I like that. That's nice. That's a standard ink though. That's not a shimmer, sheen, anything. It's just standard, I think. Yep, standard. And so I see them hit a plateau. And what I think happens, I'm not in their heads. I can't say for sure. But what I notice is they will then start to change their content, what they do, their art form, their medium. Like they try to do something because they think what has happened is that people have lost interest in what they've been doing. That's actually not what has happened, right? They might have lost interest in what they were doing, and it shows, right? Like it shows when you're no longer as excited about something you've been doing that as you were when you started it. People can feel that and see that. And so it's not so much that people have lost interest, you lost interest. And when you lose interest, other people lose interest, right? Also, let's go back to this whole multi-passionate conversation I was having the other day. One thing I think also happens for the multi-passionates of us, those of us that like to try a bunch of different things, and when you are sharing all these things that you're doing with no rhyme or reason, you're just bouncing people from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, no connection, no explanation, no like here's why I'm now jumping into this and trying this. Like, yeah, that might be your thing. You might be like, I'd like to do a bunch of different things. That's great. But do we have to go on every one of your like squirrel moments with you? Like, do we have to? Is that necessary? I wonder. So I find that people are also chasing the numbers. I got to get my numbers up. I got to get more followers. I got to get more likes. And they're paying attention excessively and obsessively to their numbers. They're like, the algorithm sucks. It doesn't like me. People aren't seeing my stuff. This, that. Oh, look at this walnut. This is walnut. And yep, they nailed it. They nailed it because that looks just like walnut ink. They nailed that. It looks black to y'all, but on my, I'll hold it up in a second here and let you see it. It's actually very, it's a good brown. Nice. Very walnut inky. I'm digging it. All right. I'm going to be running out of Q-tips here in a moment. So yeah, when we lose interest in the thing we're doing, we can't, but we keep showing up anyway, trying to, you know, feed the algorithm, I call it. What ends up happening when we do that, I'm going to move some stuff around here because I'm shifting to the next page. What ends up happening when we do that is, yeah, people get confused. They're like, I don't really know. And I'm guilty of it too, y'all. I have had moments where I'm like, oh, I'm going to share these. You know, I've been sharing bookbinding, I've been sharing this, been sharing that, and now all of a sudden I'm going to start sharing, I don't know, I can't think of a like real example in this moment other than I'm just going to say basket weaving, even though I've never done basket weaving. Right now, if that was how I came out of the gate of like, yeah, I do a bunch of different things all the time, then my people would be used to that. But to go from like bookbinding to now I'm baking cakes and cupcakes, you know, yeah, I don't know. I have a lot to say about it. I'm rambling a little bit here, but I think I hope my big takeaway is a lot of people get caught up in the glitz and glamour of the numbers, right? They're constantly chasing the algorithm, chasing the numbers, trying desperately to have, you know, especially if they're like in a cohort of other creatives, they're trying to chase what they see everybody else doing. Like, it's a slippery slope out there, people. It's a slippery slope. Try not to get drug into that. Dragged? Drug. I'm from the South. We're gonna say drug. Don't get drug into it, but I think it's don't get dragged into it. Ooh, my southernness is showing. One of my good friends likes to say, "Is my southern slip hanging?" I love it. So many shimmer inks this year. I love it. This one's Lavender Frost. Ooh, these are really pretty. As they dry and they get more dry, the shimmer gets more intense on some of these ones over here on this left that I've done. Like, I think you all can see that. Doesn't it still look wet? Not wet. Not at all. It's the shimmer. The shimmer in it is what you're seeing there. That one's called Glacier. All right, looks like I have 3 more I can do based on the number of Q-tip points I have left here. So we'll do these 3 and we'll call it done for the day. So yeah, it's being in business is a lot, and it can be easy. It really can be easy, but it doesn't always start that way. And some days are going to be harder than other days. You know what I mean? And that is important to just note and name. I feel like somewhere along the way I lost my train of thought, y'all. I was taking you somewhere and then I derailed us. Oh, I need to write 18 on this a little more clearly because it's fading. Blizzard. Okay. Couple more we can do, and then I'm gonna have to get more Q-tips, so we'll stop. That's a standard ink. What else? Vision boards. So, ooh, that's weird. You know, I used to be religious with my vision boards, y'all. Every New Year's, every, you know, like yeah. And I haven't been so lately. Although in teaching the radical intentions this year, it has come up. I used to do this thing called 30-day vision boards, where I do one at the beginning of the month for the month, right? Of things I was trying to manifest and bring into my world for that month, which is very different than just doing like a vision board for your entire life. You know what I mean? For every single element of your life. I like that little blizzard. It's kind of a, oh, sorry, that's not blizzard. This is Cinnabon. Is it scented? I smell it. It's scented. It's so funny. It like hits me after the fact. And I'm like, oh, let me smell it. Totally. It's very subtle, but it does. It has a little cinnamony smell to it. Very nice. Very nice. All right, one more here. I think people don't always want to, like, I think there's some really talented people who probably would do really, really well in business, but I think some people get turned off by the, oh, that's an interesting fade out. Some people get turned off by all the tech that seems to be involved these days with business ownership online. Some people get thrown off by the fact that they have to sell. I mean, if you're a business, you're selling things to people. That's just what being in business means. If you don't want to sell to people, then you probably just have a really expensive hobby. You know? And that's okay. Own it. Be okay with that. You don't have to start a business. I like that one a lot. That's called Astral. They're doing it for me with these Nightfall, Moonbeam, maybe. Bah Humbug, definitely. Astral, loving it. I like this little blizzard also. It's pretty cool. Some good ones. All right, so I've got 5 more that I need to do, but I ran out of Q-tips. But I also want to show you what I do with my Q-tips here. So I'm going to move these and see if I can show a little bit here first. I don't know, but can you see how some of the shimmer has really set in now that it's dry? Look at that glacier. That's crazy. That's crazy. And there's Astral. You can see it there, the bottom, last one I did. You can see that shimmer in that. These are, oh, so yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. All right, I'm going to sit that to the side so it can continue to dry. These are the 5 I didn't get to do, but I will do them later. But here's what I do with my Q-tips, y'all. I just let the Q-tips drain onto this because that's going to be some yummy collage material after it's dry. All right, I will just see how that blue's fading into that. The pink is there. I got this one doing its thing here. So yeah, I let no color get left behind. And I think you all saw before, and I will show it one more time. This is the box that I keep these in. Got a bunch of ink samples I need to swatch. Listen, I never need to buy another thing of ink ever. Like, seriously, I don't. Let's just be real about it. I do not. I need to start doing something with these. But here are the ones from the last 2 years. See how I have right there in that little section, my little Q-tips right here. Because I have this big, brilliant idea. Ooh, I found a Q-tip that hasn't been used. Let's see if there's any others in here. Or is it just that one? Because, yeah, it would be one because of the odd numbers, right? Well, I'm not going to bother trying to swatch. I've already moved everything over. But how cool would that have been? So, yeah, that's my little setup there. Yeah, thank you, Angelisa. These colors are really nice. I'm excited to kind of play with them. And as I was saying, I don't need to buy any more ink ever, really, honestly, truly. We can see this, right? We see this. I don't need to buy more ink. I'm going to, there's a thing out there that people in the pen world do. It's called 30 Inks in 30 Days. And I think they do it in like April, July, whatever the months are that have 30 days. That's when they do it. And I might get on that bandwagon the next time it happens. All right, friends. I have talked enough, I think, today. I'm going to head out. I got to take my mama to the doctor today. So I'm going to spend a little time here gathering up a little bag of things to take with me. I like to have things to stitch while I'm in the doctor's office with her. That's always a good use of my time and energy. Usually I'm chatting with her and stitching, and that's always fun. And then we usually go out and have a meal together or mani-pedis or something. So I'm going to go spend a little time with my mother, and I will see you all back here tomorrow if you can make it. I think tomorrow I'm going to be on, I don't know if I've put it in yet. I don't think I've scheduled it yet, but grab my calendar and just look, and I can give you a little heads up. So tomorrow I'm going to, tomorrow, what is happening? I've got it really early. Nope, we're going to move that. Let's go later in the day. I don't think I've scheduled it. No, I have not. So tomorrow, I had it in the morning for some reason, but that looks crazy. I'm moving that to the afternoon. I'm going to come on about 5 p.m. Central. That feels good. So tomorrow about 5 p.m. Central. Wednesday, somewhere around that 4 o'clock hour. Wednesday's going to be short and sweet because I have to squeeze it in between two things. But I'm going to get it in there. So it's going to be an hour long on Wednesday at about 4 Central. And I'm going to be talking about letter X. I have no idea what I'm talking about on X Day. Like, come on. What is that even? I have nothing. I have nothing listed preliminarily. So I don't know what I'm talking about on X. It's an unknown, right? Like when you have an algebraic equation and you're solving for X, it's an unknown. That's what we're going to say right now. X is going to be an unknown. I have no idea. But I will tell you, Friday the 26th is letter Z day. We're going to go for 2 hours. I don't know what the heck we're going to talk about, but it feels like a celebratory moment to say, look at us. We made it to the last day. I made it to letter Z. I'm going to talk about Zentangling and Zendoodling on that day. Probably sit here and do some of that with you. In fact, speaking of that, I'm going to drop in a link for you all. I'll drop it in tomorrow, and I'll put it in the description. But Amy Markle is doing her Inchy challenge again, I think, her small art challenge. I'd love for you all to join in on that. And we might do some of that together here live on letter Z day. So come hang out. if you can. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow if you can make it out. Tomorrow is letter W. I have lots of things to talk about on W Day. Writing, watercolor. Maybe we'll make a wandering book. Ooh, I have that listed. Maybe we'll do that. Ooh, I got a lot of things here. Wraparound structure. Ooh, we could talk about wealth building. We can talk about washi tape. Okay, tomorrow will be fun. Come hang out if you can. If you can't, catch the replay. And if you can't do that, I'll see you in some of the other places and spaces that we share. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Have a beautiful start to this week. I love y'all. I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful journey with me here. Thank you for showing up and hanging out. Angelisa and Linda, it was wonderful to see you in the chat. I appreciate you both, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, y'all. Mwah.